Hello and welcome back to the Daily Defiant. I'm Jack, and today we're talking about a bankruptcy judge's ruling on Celsius, whose founder and ex-CEO Alex Mashinsky was sued for fraud by New York's Attorney General just today. The judge delivered a bittersweet ruling about customer assets, as users who may finally be able to get some of their money back may also have to pay bonuses to the people who put Celsius in the mess it's in today. Let's dive in. So how on earth did we get here in the first place? Well, back in June, roughly a month after the Terra implosion, Celsius sent shockwaves of anxiety across digital asset markets by pausing withdrawals late one Sunday afternoon. At the time, Celsius Network was among the largest crypto lenders and a key figure in the crypto space. It appeared that the weeks of speculation around whether or not Celsius could sustain some of their products, which offered yields as high as 17%, were catching up with them. By July 8th, a former partner blew the whistle on Celsius, claiming it engaged in gross mismanagement of deposits and accused the company of operating a Ponzi scheme. A week later, Celsius filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, while withdrawals remained halted. By September, founder Alex Mashinsky stepped down as CEO, and in October it was reported that company executives withdrew millions in crypto leading up to the bankruptcy, including the CEO himself, who pulled about $10 million out, and CTO Nuke Goldstein, who made off with around $13 million. Fast forward to today, and New York Attorney General Letitia James has filed a civil lawsuit against Alex Mashinsky for defrauding investors out of billions of dollars of digital currency. The lawsuit alleges that Mashinsky misled investors with false statements to conceal the firm's financial condition despite having lost hundreds of millions of dollars in risky investments. According to the lawsuit, Mashinsky falsely claimed that Celsius was, quote, safer than a bank and only lent assets to credible entities. Attorney General James added that Alex Mashinsky promised to lead investors to financial freedom, but instead led them down a path of financial ruin. So why did the judge's ruling make headlines? Well, until recently, 12 US states and the District of Columbia had objected to Celsius's bid to claim the digital assets. They argued it was unclear if customers even understood the terms of service, and that Celsius was already under investigation in several states for violating regulations, meaning how and even if users could access the frozen assets was uncertain. So Judge Martin Glenn appears to have brought clarity to at least one area of contention when he ruled that the bankrupt lending firm actually owns most of its customers' crypto assets based on the terms of service. That means that earned customers will be treated as unsecured creditors in Celsius's bankruptcy proceedings, and they'll be the last in line for repayment after Celsius repays higher priority debts. According to the judge, a fundamental principle of the bankruptcy code is equality of distribution. So, in the event that all account holders claim their assets back, there simply might not be enough value for everyone to be repaid in full. Ex-investment banker Simon Dixon tweeted, "It's official. Celsius was an illegal bank." Meanwhile, Bitcoin Magazine took the opportunity to remind us to take assets off exchanges. And that brings us to the bonuses which users may have to agree to pay Celsius staff if they want their money back. Now, why would 62 Celsius employees deserve around $3 million in extra payments to, quote, clean up the company's mess? You'd be right in questioning why any group of retail investors would need to pay bonuses to the very people who created a liquidity or solvency crisis in the first place. Bloomberg's Jeremy Hill called it an irksome paradox of US bankruptcy law, as Bloomberg reported back in October that Celsius was at risk of experiencing a brain drain. Over 100 employees resigned in the months following the bankruptcy filing, so that's around a quarter of the workforce that was lost in a very short period of time. But it didn't stop there, and the remaining employees were receiving offers to join competing firms, sometimes with better pay, according to Celsius lawyers Kirkland and Ellis. So, despite the objections, the bonuses, or as they're called, extra payments, which are a common feature of large bankruptcies in the US, may actually be a necessary evil in making some, if not all, the account holders whole. As always, thank you for tuning into the Daily Defiant. We'll see you again tomorrow in 2023's first weekly recap.